Kart Klass. It's a 10-day summer school class in which the kids get to take a kit and assemble it and decorate it and build these soapbox style derby cars. What better way to show you how we get from day 1 to day 10, race day, than let the kids themselves tell you about it and show them exactly what they did. I'm going to introduce 3 high school kids to you. That's Seamus there in the gray hoodie. I got Eric in the Chicago shirt. And then we got Connor back there in the Warrior Woodshop shirt. All 3 of those kids, 4 or 5 years ago, were sitting right where you are. But they were in this class just like you are today. They've enjoyed this class so much, they're coming back to help you guys out. Isn't that cool? I think we all live a big thank you. All right. One of the things that makes the Kart Klass such a success, that we can do 30 plus cars in 10 days, is the help from the shop students and A+ tutors. Even though I only got these 3 on video, I want to say thanks to all of them over the past 5 years. It all starts with the students getting the parts of their car. Next will be the design phase. And since we only have these students for 10 days, we have to utilize every minute of building that we can. So the first day is dedicated to getting a theme and the design, so the rest of the week goes pretty quick and pretty smooth. It's the first actual build day, so our goal is to get the hood assembled so one of the crew members of each kart crew can take the hood home over the weekend and get it painted. Another thing we do to utilize efficiency while we're building is one of the instructors or certified shop students uses a finish nailer to put a small nail in the project, just enough to hold it together for the students. See how, if you had to try to drill a hole and hold it at the same time? You can nail it right here. Yep. So that's what, so the nail holds it while you drill the hole. Then they can follow up with the drills, pre-drill or screw locations, and install the screws by hand. Now that the hoods are assembled and they're been sent home with the students to get painted over the weekend, we're going to shift our focus to the seat frame assembly. The seat frame assembly is a multi-part component, has a frame in the back which has 4 parts, has the seat and armrests and side rails of the car. And then the students again will do the drilling, installing the screws, and then finally we'll focus on sanding, because obviously that's one of the most important places that needs to be smooth and rounded over edges.
I am filing the sides of this armrest so that way I don't get hurt very much when I go on it. We're working on sanding the backs, like the back of the seat. So because if it's like hard, it's gonna hurt your back and that will not feel good. Then you're right now too. I'm standing the steering wheel so that our hands don't get cut whenever we try.
What's the partner's name?
This is Ben. He's working on rounding out the corners on our seat.
Our goal today is to get the hood attached to the car. Pretty much, they've done an awesome job of building the hoods, getting them painted, getting them decorated.
So my hood is sanded with 80 and 150 grit. It has epoxy so you can't see the screws, and it's painted red on the top and the front and black on the sides.
So we wanted to put a star in the word force on it because our team name is the Star Force. So I did a galaxy theme all over and splattered painted stars and dots all over.
I spray painted it black, and I used some cardboard to cut out a lightning bolt, and I glued the box to the thing, and then I used some blue spray paint, then sprayed it on. And the lightning bolt and the numbers are shiny, so it looks like metal.
Well, first I spray painted the whole thing black, and then I duct taped off some edges, and I laid down the entire thing in white, and then I painted all the colors over the colors to make them brighter.
So I spray painted it white, and then I just took like colored Sharpies and did all the dots on it.
So that's done by hand. Wow, that took a lot of time. And then
Now that the seat frames are off at the paint shop, aka the students' houses, we're going to focus our attention back to the hood. The kids think they're just having fun building a car, but what we're actually doing is reinforcing their skills they learned in math class with measuring and centering. We review what the term center means, and then they calculate and measure to get that hood perfectly centered, so that way the steering wheel lines up straight. Once they get that all done, it's another wash, rinse, repeat kind of cycle where we drill some holes, put some screws in, and we'll move on to the next step.
We're attaching the hood that we painted, so that way it doesn't. So that way we don't just put it on there and the hood flies off of the whole car.
5 days in the books, halfway through. I'm excited both because this is a tiring experience, but it's also an awesome experience, and that means we're that many days closer to getting them out there on the hill and having a blast.
So who did this seat?
This was Riley's.
Riley did the seat?
Yeah.
How'd you do it, Riley?
Honestly, I just use my hands.
You like brush paint or did you actually paint with your hands? You used your
She
hands
used the
to paint
hand for the
that.
back, which is very beautiful. Then she used a brush for the front.
So I decided to paint it red for bloodhounds because I think black and red would go good for my car.
I painted the front of the hood, or the front of the seat, blue because we were doing the Ridgewood Bulldogs. And I painted the back of the seat black. And I painted the back of these two things black too. I painted the front one blue.
Pretty much just sponging and then like white splatter.
So basically, she did a galaxy theme, just like the hood, and we wanted to pretty much match, but I like how it's kind of different too. That way it's all like unique.
And this one's just black and white splattering.
Yeah.
After transferring the measurements from the drawings to the base, we drill holes for the screws and attach all of the seat components.
Yeah, the side rails.
You're attaching your side rails.
Side rails of the Death Star. Alright.
What are you guys working on today?
We're finishing screwing in all the screws.
We are screwing the sides in so that way the car doesn't break when we use it.
Day 5's done. We're starting day 6. Let's get the wheels put on so that way we can get that much closer to race day. And
We're putting on the back. Putting on the back.
Tack bolts.
I should know this.
day number 8, steering wheel day. This means we are on the last day of building. The kids have done a great job of working. The steering wheels either go perfectly awesome because everything lines up like they should, or a royal pain in the behind. It means the factory drilled hole in the shaft doesn't line up. The thickness of the steering wheel is different than what the specs say. There's duct tape around the center hole. So we'll have to see how that goes today. Test day.
I didn't know there was a test.
It's not actually a test day. It's really test drive day. We give the cars a once over visual inspection, make sure all the bolts are tight, screws are sunk, all the visual stuff that can go possibly cause problems. Then we actually take the classes out one group at a time, or 5 or 6 cars, and let them actually test drive their cars, so that way they can see how they're going to handle, see how it's going to feel when they're in them, and make any adjustments, repairs as needed, so that way on race day it's a lot of fun and less hassle. It's race day! Those students have been working hard for the past 8 days. So what better way to do that than to actually parade the cars down the hallway and through the gym to show off their hard work. it's off to the races.
It was really fun. That was my first time doing it. It was really fun.
2, 1, go.
He's doing circles around her.
This is an awesome 10-day experience for these students. It definitely helps to reinforce their teamwork skills, but for some of these kids, it's getting them beyond their comfort zone or their experience level. I mean, how many times do you build a soapbox derby car? For some of them, that's the new experience. For others, it's using a power drill, learning what righty-tighty is, finding out what the numbers mean on the back of the sandpaper. So this is an awesome experience for these kids, for both the experienced and the completely new students of this environment. The best part, though, about being the instructor is getting to take the students from this middle school soapbox derby car level to right here at the Warrior Woodshop. In 2 to 4 years, I usually end up seeing several of these students, and it's just that feeling you get when you reminisce about it a little bit, and then they tell you that their love for the hobby or the possible trade got their start because of that summer school class. That makes it all worthwhile for all of us to do what we do. So thanks for watching. All that's left to say is, go make some sawdust.